Hey, this is Litmus, Freeman, again with Andy's Pagan of the Dale on Holistic Radio with another knowledge nugget. Don't forget the A stands for anarchy. And if you want to know what that really means, check out the nugget we did before this one, where we went through the anarchy song. But today, now for something completely different, I'm very delighted to have the delightful Jen with me.
Hello.
Hi, Jen. How are you finding Portugal?
I'm loving it. It's brilliant. Yeah.
And not in a McDonald's way, hopefully.
No.
Nice one. So, this is a special nugget because, it's the first of Taurus in the universal celestial synchronometer today. So the sun is fully in Taurus now. The tropical sign of Taurus, which the triad month of Taurus is named after in the synchronometer. So it's Deacon 4. We had 3 Deacons of Aries, and now we're into Deacon 4, the first Deacon of Taurus. And don't forget, a Deacon's a 10-day kind of week, but it's not weak; it's strong. And just to give you matrix and natrix. So in the matrix, that's Wednesday, the 22nd of April, 2026. Matrix time is 16:21 right now, and natrix time here is 2:45 p.m. Just to give you an idea of how different the clock is to reality. And having said all that, it's the first of Taurus, so it's the start of a new triad. And we're going to do a special on the gene keys. So, I knew Jen, we've talked on different shows about the gene keys, but I don't think we've ever really gone back to square one and just said, what are the gene keys? How does it work? To get a feel for what it's all about. And, Jen's a lot more knowledgeable on this than I am, for sure. I'm good on astrology, but I'm not very good on the gene keys at all. So I'm looking forward to this session. And I asked Jen if she'd do my gene keys, right? So, as an example. So what are you going to take us through then, Jen?
Well, I thought to start with, I'd do a little summary of what the system is and like what it's for and sort of what it's based on, because there's a free profile that anyone can get. So if you want to tap into this ancient wisdom and knowledge, you can go on genekeys.com, and I think it's /free profile, and then you have to fill in your name. You don't have to put your real name. So your name, your date of birth, your place of birth, your time of birth. And then you get shown on your screen your gene keys profile. So sometimes that in itself puts people off because it looks complicated. It's a bit like looking at a birth chart for the first time. And if you don't understand astrology, there's all symbols and things there.
Right, but we did a little session on your birth chart the other day, right?
Yeah.
And you got a better feel now, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, same kind of thing. Okay.
So this is, I don't want to say too much today, but I'm going to say enough for you to look at your chart, your hologenetic profile that it gives you.
And you've shared that link in the Holistic Radio
in the
group,
channel, you
right?
you can click on the link and then you can fill in the little form. And they're not going to steal your data. It just isn't that kind of bunch of people.
Yeah.
And then actually when you get your hologenetic profile up on the screen, you can click on the spheres and then it takes you to different bits of information about your specific information. So, so I'll start off giving you a bit of a summary of what that is. So before I do that, actually, when I first bought the Gene Keys book, I'd heard about it and I kept hearing about it, and it was a synchronistic thing. And when the book arrived at my house, I literally put it to one side and I didn't look at it or listen, or I didn't investigate it because I felt a bit sort of like full of trepidation about what I might find out about myself. And it literally sat on the shelf for kind of about 6 months. But then when I did finally open it up and start having a look, it changed everything, because it gives you so much information about yourself. It's basically the map of your life. And it's not a book that you read cover to cover. Each chapter of the book is about a specific gene key. So you kind of dip into it. It's more of a like reference book, if you see what I mean. So the gene keys are basically a system of self-discovery and inner transformation. And it was created by Richard Rudd, designed to unlock human potential through contemplation. So anybody that is interested in healing but doesn't want to sort of get down and dirty with that in terms of like doing inner child work or something, you know, directly working on trauma, this is a much more gentle way of healing without trying. So it does appeal to a lot of people. So this is about archetypal genetic patterns. So there are 64 of them, and it's blending ancient wisdom with modern genetics and human design. So the ancient wisdom, it kind of lines up with the I Ching, and it lines up with human design as well. And the idea is that you, through contemplation, you get to transform your shadow patterns into gifts, and you advance your consciousness that way. So the hologenetic profile is like a map which comes from your birth data. So if you imagine like a little photograph of the cosmos from when you were born.
So it's a bit like a birth chart in that respect.
Yeah, it is, but it's like a different way of looking at it.
But does it include astrology as well as human design and the I Ching, or not?
It's based on astrology. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I don't fully understand it. It's really magical.
Yeah.
And I sort of feel like I don't.
He got it as like a download, didn't he, or something like a big download?
Yeah, he's quite an interesting guy. He sort of, like a lot of his life, he was traveling, kind of a bit nomadic, and he describes his childhood as being kind of idyllic, like he didn't have all this trauma that a lot of us had.
Right.
So he feels sort of quite privileged, like he had a life of privilege. So he was, I think, in his 20s, just kind of traveling the earth, and he was, I think, sitting on one of the Mexican pyramids, and just had this spacey kind of like magical experience.
In Mexico,
receiving information from the cosmos, and you know, it almost blew his gaskets. Like he spent a couple of years trying to understand what had happened to him, and he's still processing it. Like there's still aspects to the gene keys that he hasn't yet put out into the world. And when was this? Do you know roughly? I'm not sure actually. Okay, I'm not quite sure the time scale. Yeah. So in my experience, like this is like a map of your life. It's absolutely mind blowing, and when you're reading a chapter that you know is related to you personally, that you've got in your hologenetic profile, it's like every other paragraph you're having an epiphany. Yeah. So it's like you're still recovering from the previous paragraph, and then there's another one, and then there's another one. So you have to kind of take it quite slowly, and like that's the idea of contemplation. But for me, you know, because actually confusion is one of my shadows, it brought a lot of clarity to me in terms of who I am and what I'm here to do. So I'm going to use Litmus's profile to blow his mind. Okay, blow my mind, baby. Yeah. So the hologenetic profile is like a personalized map. So it's you. It's not about anybody else. It's about you. So it's derived from your birth data, and it showcases your specific energetic patterns and life path. So it's basically what your soul chose to come here to come to understand, if you see what I mean. Mm-hmm. That would equate to like the North Node of the Moon then in the astrology birth chart. Yeah. And the sort of
life mission in the 10,000. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
If anyone's into astrology, they might know that. Yeah.
So basically there's 64 gene keys which apply to all of us. So we're all working on all of them. But when you get your hologenetic profile and have a look at that, you'll see 11. So there are 11 spheres which are showing you your specific set of gene keys that are extremely relevant to your life. So kind of like the ones that are dictating what's going on for you.
Okay.
So each one of the 64 gene keys has 3 parts to it. So there's the shadow, which is basically the unconscious, fearful, limiting patterns, kind of like the victim consciousness.
Okay.
And then at the polar opposite end of that, there's the siddhi, which is like the mastery of that aspect. So the highest spiritual, divine expression of that energy. And then the middle point of that is the gift. So that's the creative, unique talent that emerges when that shadow is transmuted. So actually, there's something that I want to say about this from experience. Because I'm somebody who I'm a facilitator of healing for people, I think I overly focused on the shadow aspect with my own sort of voyage of self-discovery. And I've heard Richard Rudd say that probably the best way to do it is to go to the middle way. Mm-hmm. So look at the gift, and he calls it the path. That's the path of that specific gene key. So if you look at your gift first, and then if you, in a focused way, try to bring that gift into your life and go on a quest for kind of this gift, then you're going to just be mutating that shadow without even trying.
Okay. And is siddhi, sounds like a kind of Sanskrit word?
I don't know what the origin of that is, actually. Yeah.
All right, I'll have a look at that after.
Yeah. And then sometimes people need kind of like instructions, like what do I look at first? So there is no right way and there is no wrong way to do this, but there are certain, it depends what you're looking for. So there are 3 sequences. There's the activation sequence, the Venus sequence, and the Pearl sequence. So the activation sequence, which is probably what we'll look at today for Litmus, that explores your genius and your core purpose. The Venus sequence is all about love. So that's all about opening the heart and healing relationships. The Pearl sequence is all about focusing on prosperity and service. So, it depends whether you're looking for love, whether you're thinking about your life purpose, or you just want to get started. The activation sequence is a really good idea. I didn't actually do it that way. I was a bit sort of all over the place, and I was looking at specific things that I knew that I was working on. So I kind of did it in a bit of a wonky way, but yeah, there's no right or wrong way. But all of this is kind of magical because it's a prophecy as well. And I can't remember the name for it, but all the people that get involved in the gene keys are part of the creation of it. Okay. It's kind of timeless and all back to front and everything. Mm-hmm. And like anyone who gets involved in the gene keys, it was all meant to happen that way.
And they're informing the process by doing it.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm just going to have a look at Litmus. I've got Litmus's profile in front of me. So what you're looking at when you get your free profile, there's 11 spheres, and then there are different lines joining those spheres up together.
Shall we share that in the group?
Yeah, shall I screenshot it?
You could just do a screenshot, yeah.
Okay. I'm just going to screenshot that and I'll share it
in the Holistic Radio group
to the channel. Yeah, so there's the screenshot of Litmus's. And then when you've got yours in front of you, you can click on each one of those circles, each one of those spheres, and then it gives you personalized information about what all of that means. So on each one of those, like they're different colors to kind of give you a clue. the first 2 digits that are written there, that's the gene key number. So at the top of his chart there, he's got gene key 15.
Okay. Yeah.
And then there's a decimal point. It says 0.2 after that.
Yeah.
So that means he's got gene key 15 in his life's work. And then that's line 2. So the lines are...
Oh, is that like the 6 lines in a hexagram? Like when you do the I Ching?
I guess so. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. So that there are different focuses for each one of those.
Mm-hmm.
I think in a very general way, when you get to sort of line 5 and 6, you're becoming like a teacher of that aspect.
Okay.
Line 1 and 2 is more, you're just getting a flavour of that. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, the 3rd digit in each sphere is always the line. So Litmus has got, he's got some line 4s, some line 5s, some line 1s, line 2s. Yeah. And then each sphere has got a label. So in his life's work is gene key 15. His pearl is gene key 51. So let's have a look. Underneath, when you get your free profile, if you scroll down, there's some little diagrams that show you the way to kind of unlock the information about different aspects. So what you're seeing there is that's your full profile. But then if you look at parts of that, so if you look at the 4 on the outer edges, which are all green, so the life's work, the evolution, the purpose, and the radiance. And
this is like the UCC structure.
Right. Okay.
With the 1 in the middle and the 4 around.
Yeah, that's interesting.
Yeah.
So under your profile, you can get specific information about what that means. So the life's work, Litmus has got his gene key 15. This is what he's here to do. And then it gives like a paragraph summarizing that. Do you want me to read that out?
Yeah, go on.
Okay. So with the 15th gift as your life's work, the great key for you is to work within the right small grouping of people. This may refer to your family or a business. Within any small group setting, you have an unprecedented power. You bring the gift of flexibility to group dynamics. Through your natural ability to sense how group dynamics work and your gift of never judging others, you also bring a natural rhythm and aliveness to the group. Just because you thrive in a small group setting does not mean that you will not thrive in a large group or alone. You can readily adapt yourself to any setting or environment. But for you, the core of your life process will be found in the nuclear group, whether that is your closest circle of friends or your family. With your gift of magnetism, you may well emerge as a leader, but your impact will be felt through your close circle rather than through you as an individual. Your qualities combine a deep love of humanity with an intuitive and logical understanding of human nature at its lowest and at its highest potential.
Cool.
Yeah.
Maybe holistic radio is my core posse then.
It could be.
It feels like it is at the moment.
Yeah. So if you go sort of clockwise around the profile from the life's work, on the outer edges, you've got the evolution. So the life's work is what you're here to do. The evolution is what you're here to learn. So actually, before I move on to that, gene key 15, if you look at that, at the back of the gene keys, but there's a summary actually. So for Litmus's life's work, he's got the shadow of dullness, which moves towards the city of fluorescence.
Ooh, okay.
And the path in the middle, the gift, is magnetism. Yeah. So,
and would you say I have magnetism, Jen?
Yes, I would.
Okay, thank you.
I think I've already said that.
You have, yeah. I just wanted everyone to hear.
So, you can get a whole host more information about that sphere if you click on it, and then you get taken to like quite a few different bits and pieces.
Okay.
So if you go around to the evolution, that's what you're here to learn. So that's gene key 10. So you've got the shadow of self-obsession, which moves to the city of being. So that's like so relevant, isn't it, for you?
Absolutely.
And the pathway, the gift of naturalness.
In the Matrix, baby.
Yeah, like isn't it? It kind of makes me laugh. Like it's my favourite thing whenever I introduce somebody to the gene keys.
Yeah.
It's so blinking obvious.
Yeah.
And like in mine, because I've got freedom in the middle of my chart, and I'm an emotional freedom techniques practitioner, and it even seems to know that I worked in the systems. Do you know what I mean? Because one of my lines is all about systems busting, and I've also got lots of stuff in my profile connected to community, which is what I've been obsessively moving towards for years.
Yeah, and this self-obsession thing is interesting because I was the youngest in the family, and I always got all the hand-me-downs and the cast-offs and the shitty little bedroom, and I was always last to get the food and everything. It's like, so it was almost like, you become self-obsessed. Like, is anyone going to ever see me? Is anyone going to hear what I'm saying? It's like, why do I always get everything last and be ignored by everyone? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it's interesting how you turn that into being, which is where I feel I am now,
Yeah.
Just being myself.
Yeah.
Through just being natural. Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, so I think it makes sense to go round the edges first.
Yeah.
And because with your hologenetic profile, they describe these 4 aspects for you. There's information underneath as you scroll down. So at the bottom,
purpose.
You've got your is it your radiance at the bottom?
Purpose, it says.
Oh no, right, yeah. So it goes not straight to that one. It goes across, right? Yeah. So we go directly across the chart to radiance.
Just for people listening back, we're going from 12 o'clock to 3 o'clock, and then across to 9 o'clock, and then down to 6 o'clock.
Yeah, and I think they call this the activation sequence, these 4. So we've gone all the way across to 9 o'clock to the radiance. So the radiance is what keeps you healthy. So Litmus has got here gene key 25. So he's got the shadow of constriction moving to the city of universal love.
Oh, yeah.
And that is the pathway and the gift of acceptance.
Oh, fucking bang on.
Isn't it? Isn't it just like, it's like, this is your life.
Spooky.
What keeps you healthy is that acceptance. I mean, it's powerful stuff, that.
I mean, the start of this year, I was saying, accept the unknown and embrace uncertainty.
Yeah. Yeah.
As a way of being totally free.
You just can't go wrong with that.
You can't go wrong because you're not in control of anything.
No.
And once you accept that, and stop trying to control things, you really feel another level of freedom,
Yeah.
Because you don't have to do anything. You just have to just float along with it,
Yeah.
It's great.
Yeah. And that's what I've been working on as well. And it's what I was talking to a client about today, acceptance. Because everything comes from acceptance. Like all those doors you've been trying to force open, just swing open when you get to
And when we were looking at the A's the other day on
the
Nugget,
that's it.
We've got acceptance as a key one there, right?
Yeah.
It's a key stage on the journey, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So now we're moving in this activation sequence. We're right down at the bottom, and that's where the purpose is. So your purpose is what deeply fulfills you. So for Litmus specifically, he's got gene key 46. So that is the shadow of seriousness, moving towards the city of ecstasy, and that is the path of delight.
Okay.
Yeah.
Very nice.
So the purpose, like a lot of people think this has to be to do with work, but it doesn't have to be to do with work actually at all.
I'm delighted you came to Portugal.
Oh, thank you. So am I.
Yeah.
So I think that's probably a really good place to start. But obviously, if you get the Gene Keys book, you can just flick through and you can start anywhere. It can be used in like a million different ways. If you wanted to investigate love, then you would have a look at the Venus sequence. So that's because the purpose at the bottom, that's kind of on two different sequences. That's the Venus sequence and the activation sequence. That's why it's half green and half red.
Can I suggest something?
Yeah.
How would you feel about drawing a line under this as a part 1 introduction?
Okay. Yeah.
And how about we do a follow-up nugget where we look at the rest of it?
Yeah.
Or maybe 2 more nuggets.
Yeah, that would be good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we just take everyone through the basic, what is it? 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 11, you said, right?
Yeah. I mean, in a nutshell, like when you look at your profile, you've got the red ones are the Venus sequence that's connected to the love thing and opening your heart.
Right.
The blue stuff at the top is all about your pearl. So that's all about prosperity, how to unlock your prosperity, whether that's money or whether that isn't money, how to unlock your life feeling successful.
Okay.
And then around the edges there, that's
activation.
That's the activation.
Okay, so green activation, blue pearl, and red love.
Yeah.
Venus.
Yeah. And then you can go on to investigate the lines, which is kind of whereabouts you're up to on that path. So you might be sort of like a beginner. You might be already partly coming towards mastery of that just because you've already had lots of lives where you've been exploring this, for example.
Okay.
Yeah.
And would that be indicated by the digit, the point, whatever, the line?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. It's actually, there's a lot more information about the lines. Like,
so should we do that in a follow-up?
I think the lines probably needs to be one in itself because yeah,
you up for that?
to do a proper job of it. Yeah.
All right, cool.
Why not? Yeah.
Because we're about nugget time, now.
Okay, good. Yeah.
So thanks, Jen. That was a really great intro, and I already know 100% more than I did before.
Yeah. Did it make sense?
Yeah, it really did. And I have had a reading before with Kathleen in New Zealand, and it was great. And she's really good on it as well, like you. But it was quite a while ago, and I was doing lots of other things, and I don't remember really getting the real gist of it,
Yeah.
Whereas this has been, I feel as if I do now.
Yeah. Yeah.
So let's.
Well, I've shared on the channel here as well. There's a screenshot, and it's very small, so you'll have to click on it and zoom in. But that gives you more detailed information about the meaning of each sphere.
Ah, yeah. Okay.
So it gives you a bit more of a clue about what that's to do with. So, like, for example, a friend of yours might have the same gene key as you, but they might have it in a different place. So it's got a different spin on it, if you see what I mean.
Cool.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, spheres spinning.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah.
I mean, the whole thing looks like that. What's that game where you jump over the balls? You got a load of marbles in a circle like that 64 thing.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
I think so, yeah.
And I think you start in the center and you got to get all the balls.
And
out.
you can push them and they go down the hole.
Oh, I don't know about that.
Oh, right.
Anyway, we're going on a rambly tangent now.
Tangent.
So let's draw this intro Gene Keys nugget to a close. Thanks very much, Jen.
You're welcome.
So that's Jenny Luscombe and Litmus Freeman. We're going to do some follow-up Gene Key nuggets with Andy. So thank you, Andy, and we'll see you on the next Gene Keys knowledge nugget.